Your brother's wedding is going to be perfect, Dad said, grinning as he showed me another photo on his phone I could see the venue mock-ups, the floral arrangements, the custom invitations with gold foil lettering. He scrolled through it all like a proud peacock. Then he looked up at me with that tone, the one I'd heard my whole life. So, when's your turn, Claire? I set down my coffee cup. My hand didn't shake, not anymore. It already happened, Dad. The silence in that kitchen was so thick I could taste it. Background: who I am. My name is Claire. I'm 34 years old. I work as a middle school art teacher in a small town outside Portland. I live in a rented duplex with my cat, Momo, and a collection of half-finished paintings I'll probably never show anyone. On not the golden child. That title belongs to my younger brother, Ryan. Ryan is 31. He's a corporate finance guy. He wears tailored suits and drives a Tesla. He's engaged to a woman named Vanessa, who looks like she walked out of a Pottery Barn catalog. Perfect hair, perfect smile, perfect life. And our parents? They worship him. Growing up, I was the creative one. That was code for, we don't know what to do with you. I didn't play sports. I didn't get straight A's. I spent my weekends painting in the garage while Ryan won debate tournaments and got early admission to Stanford. Mom used to say, Claire marched to her own drum. It sounded sweet, but what she really meant was, Claire doesn't fit the plan. The wedding planning begins. Ryan proposed to Vanessa last spring. It was all over social media, a Sunset Beach proposal with a drone video, a designer ring, and 200 comments saying goals within a week. My parents were calling me 3 times a day. Claire, have you seen the venue Ryan picked? Claire, Vanessa's dress is going to cost $12,000. Can you believe it? Claire, we're contributing $50,000 to the wedding. It's going to be the event of the year. I said congratulations. I really did. I was happy for Ryan, or at least I tried to, but every conversation felt like a reminder. You're 34 and single. You teach kids for $38,000 a year. You're not married. You don't even date. They never said it out loud. They didn't have the dinner 3 months before Ryan's wedding. My parents invited me over for dinner. I thought it was just a casual Sunday thing, maybe lasagna, maybe small talk about the weather instead. I walked into a full presentation. Dad had printed out a timeline, a literal wedding planning timeline with Ryan and Vanessa's names at the top in bold letters. We wanted to go over the schedule with you, Mom said, smiling. Since you're the maid of honor? I blinked. I didn't know I was the maid of honor. Of course you are, she said. Like it was obvious. You're his sister. Ryan sat there, chewing his bread. Silent. Vanessa sipped her wine and gave me a tight smile. I looked at the timeline. Dress fittings, bridal showers, bachelorette weekends in Napa, rehearsal dinners, everything had a price tag next to it, and my name was on half of them. Wait, I said slowly. Am I paying for some of this? Mom waved a hand. It's tradition, Claire. The maid of honor helps with costs. It's not that much. I looked at the numbers. Bridal shower venue, $800. Bachelorette trip, $1,200 per person. Hair and makeup for the wedding party, $350. My stomach dropped. I can't afford this, I said quietly. Dad frowned. Claire, this is your brother's wedding. I know, but I'm a teacher. I don't have. You could save. Mom cut in. It's not for another 3 months. Ryan finally spoke. It's fine, Claire, just try, okay? Try like I wasn't already drowning. The secret, I didn't tell them the truth that night. I didn't tell them that 2 years ago I got married. His name was Ben. We met at a gallery opening. He was a photographer, quiet kind. He saw the world the way I did, in color and texture and light. We dated for 6 months, and then one Saturday morning, we woke up and decided we didn't want to wait. We went to the courthouse, just the two of us. I wore a yellow sundress. He wore a button-down and jeans. We exchanged vows in front of a judge, signed the papers, and went to brunch. It was perfect. No stress, no debt, no performance. Just us. We didn't tell anyone because we didn't want the questions, the judgment. Why didn't you have a real wedding? Comments we were going to tell people eventually, maybe at Thanksgiving, maybe in a year, but 3 months after we got married. Ben died a car accident. A drunk driver ran a red light on a Tuesday afternoon. I got the call while I was grading papers. Grief and silence. I Didn't tell my parents about Ben, not when he was alive, not when he died. I couldn't best I knew what they'd say. You got married? Without us? Why didn't you tell us? We could have helped plan something beautiful. They wouldn't have understood, so I grieved alone. I took a week off work and told them I had the flu. I went to his funeral and sat in the back. I packed up his things from our apartment and donated most of them because I couldn't look at them without breaking in. I wore his wedding band on a chain around my neck every single day. The breaking point. The week before Ryan's wedding, I got another call from Mom. Claire, honey, we need to talk about your toast. My toast? Yes, for the reception we thought you could say a few words about Ryan, maybe something funny from when you were kids. I closed my eyes. I hadn't written a toast. I hadn't even thought about it because all I could think about was how much money I'd spent, how many smiles I'd faked, how many times I'd heard, "When's your turn, Claire?" "Mom, I don't think I can do this." "Do what?" "Any of it. The toast, the dress, the performance." Her voice went cold. "This is your brother's wedding. Claire, you're being selfish." Selfish, that word hit me like a slap. "I'm not being selfish," I said, voice shaking. "I'm exhausted." "From what?" "Teaching finger painting." I hung up. I sat on my kitchen floor and cried for 20 minutes, and then I made a decision. The wedding day, I showed up to Ryan's wedding. I wore the bridesmaid dress. I smiled in the photos. I stood at the altar while they exchanged vows, but when it came time for my toast, I stood up with my glass of champagne and said something no one expected. "I want to start by saying congratulations to Ryan and Vanessa. You two look beautiful today." Everyone clapped. I took a breath. "I also want to share something I haven't told many people. 2 years ago, I got married too." The room went silent. My parents' faces went white. "I married a man named Ben. We went to the courthouse. It was small. It was simple. It was ours." I looked at my mom. 3 months later, he died in a car accident, and I never told you because I knew you wouldn't understand why I didn't have a big wedding, why I didn't invite you, why I didn't perform. My voice cracked. So when Dad asked me, "When's your turn, Claire?" I wanted to say, it already happened, and it was perfect. I raised my glass to love in whatever form it takes. And I walked out. Aftermath, my parents didn't speak to me for 2 months. Ryan sent one text. That was messed up, Claire, but I didn't regret it because for the first time in my life, I told the truth. I honored Ben, I honored myself, and I stopped pretending to be someone I wasn't. Final reflection. Some people think weddings are about the dress, the flowers, the guest list, but for me, marriage was about love, and I had that, even if only for 3 months, even if no one else saw it. It was real, and it was mine. Boundaries aren't walls, they're bridges to respect, and sometimes love means saying no to the performance and yes to the truth. If this story touched you, please like and subscribe for more real stories about love, grief, and finding your voice.